We have a few people. Okay, good. So last time we were doing some problems from algebra, focusing mainly on modular functions. So what I have seen is that modular functions and then inequalities, even quadratic functions using sum of roots, product of roots. These are the type of problems you normally get in JEE. Okay, so it's good that I hope you understood whatever was taught in the last two classes about modular functions. I hope you understood and you hopefully practice more from your book. Okay. So today I will do some more problems on modular function and inequalities, and some quadratic functions also. Something combining inequality and modularity, combining quadratic and modular function, so on. Okay. So those are the type of problems you normally encounter. Okay. In JEE. Okay. Let's start with the problem. Okay, so I hope you can all see this problem. If the domain of the function sine inverse of 3x minus 22 over 2x minus 19 plus log to the base e of 3x square minus 8x plus 5 by x square minus 3x minus 10 is alpha comma beta. Okay, then what is 3 alpha plus 10 beta? Because you want to get the final answer as one number, they're given like 3 alpha plus 10 beta. So basically we have to determine the range, the domain of this particular function. Okay, so this is about inequalities. So I hope you have all been taught inequalities, right? So those who you're comfortable with inequalities, please raise your hand. Okay, it looks like people are not very comfortable with inequalities or functions. So I will tell basically how that inequality functions are different from equality functions. Normally we deal with equalities, so where so we can when there is an equation, you can manipulate that equation, bring something from left hand to right hand, do cross multiply and so on. So those are a bit different in inequalities. Okay, so here sine inverse of 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19 is one part of the so domain of this plus something. Okay, that means domain means what? Value of here, let us say y equal to this. So now we want to find the domain of this function. Okay, so here y equal to sine inverse of 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19 plus log of something. Okay, now domain means we are talking about the value for x or y here. Can somebody tell? So what is domain? Domain versus codomain and range. I think we even talked about those in when we covered functions and relations. Okay. So here is a mapping from x to y, because we are defining the function as y equal to some function of x, right? So this is a y equal to some function of x. So that means what possible values that x can take is called the domain, whereas what possible values that y can take is the range or codomain. Okay, there is a difference between range and codomain, but they both represent the values that y can take, whereas domain means what are the values that x can take. Okay, so if what are the possible values that x can take of this combined function? Okay, means how you should do, you should first see what are the possible values x can take here for this function to be defined or valid. Similarly, what are the possible values of x that this sub function, you can say part of the function, this part can take. So then if x has to satisfy both, therefore whatever domain that you are getting, possible values for x, it should satisfy both this condition and this condition. Okay, so now let us take the first part. So y equal to sine inverse of 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19. So the moment you put sine inverse of something, so sine inverse is defined for what values? Can we write sine inverse of, say, any value like sine inverse of 5? Is it valid? Sine inverse means, I think, உங்களுக்கு inverse function நடத்திருக்கும். I don't think you would have learned details of inverse function, but here that is not required. Okay, because it's simply just a term. Inverse means sine inverse of 5 means what sine of what is 5. Now sine of anything you take, it is going to be in which range? Sine of anything is going to be only
-1 to +1, sir.
very good. Sine of anything is going to be only between -1 and +1. Okay, both inclusive. That means this particular expression has to be between -1 and +1 only. Because if you put any other value, this is not defined at all. Okay, so it's not valid. So for this to be a valid equation, firstly we can say that 3x minus 22 divided by 2x minus 19 should be between -1 and 1. Correct? Now, what if 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19 has to be between -1 and 1? What is the value of x? What range should the value of x correspondingly? It is like solving. If 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19 is between -1 by and 1, then what is the valid values for x? Okay, so this is an inequality problem. So so how many have learned inequality problem, and how many think you can attempt this problem, inequality, solving this inequality? Please raise your hand. Multiple value. Pandi Selvi. Very good. Very good. Okay. So you can solve this, try attempt to solve this problem. Okay. I think everybody, why it is waiting for some. Okay. Right. So I will give some time for Selvi, Pandi Selvi, right, to attempt work on this problem. Okay, or other people can also try. So how do you solve this inequality? Let's just focus. 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19 is between -1 and +1. Then what is the possible values for x? So this usually in inequalities, so if this is the case, there are two equations are there here. Okay, 3x minus 22 divided by 2x minus 19 is greater than or equal to minus 1. Then 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19 less than or equal to 1. So it should be between minus 1 and 1. Abdina, it should be in there, greater than minus 1 and less than 1. So this is the first step. Okay. Now we have broken down the bigger problem into again two smaller problems. Now for each of these smaller problems, let us find out the range of x. Okay. So எப்படி நம்ம இது கண்டுபிடிப்போம். Let us see if anybody has attempted, like Pandi Selvi. So how do you go about? Can you tell the first step? How will you do this? How will you start? Pandi Selvi, please. Or anybody else also. So anybody. Okay. Looks like nobody is going to attempt this. So I will go ahead. Okay. But இதே ஈக்குவேஷன் அப்படின்னா நம்ம கிராஸ் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணிடுவோம். ஏன்னா 3x minus 22 equal to அப்படின்னு இருந்துச்சு by 2x minus 19 equal to minus 1 இருந்தா 3x minus 22 equal to minus 1 into 2x minus 19 அப்படின்னு போட்டுடுவோம். But in inequality, we cannot do like that. Because if you are multiplying an inequality on both sides, depending on the sign of the value that you are multiplying, if you're multiplying by positive value, then it is okay. But if you are multiplying by a negative value, then the sign will reverse. Okay. So the greater than or equal to will become less than or equal to. Now we don't know if the cross multiplication means simply we are multiplying both sides by 2x minus 19. And now since we don't know whether 2x minus 19 is going to be positive or negative, that is the reason why we cannot cross multiply. Okay. Because if this is negative, then the sign will reverse. So since we don't know whether it is positive or negative, we don't know the value of x, we are trying to determine x. And so obviously we don't know the value of 2x minus 19. We don't know whether it is positive or negative. So that is what you are trying to find out. So then that is why we cannot multiply both sides by that value. Adanala, what we should do is, you should make the right hand side as 0. Okay, that is the way you solve the inequality. In inequality, we can add on both sides a constant value. That is okay. Okay, so that means we add plus 1 on both sides. So this minus 1 plus 1 is 0, right? So we have made it like 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19 plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So anything like this, we try to get it as greater than or equal to or less than or equal to 0. Okay. Now we have to simplify this expression. So that is a simple manipulation of fractions. 2x minus 19 we take as common. 3x minus 22 plus 2x minus 19. So this becomes 5x, 3x plus 2x, 5x minus 41. 22 and 19, 41. Right. Now, what do we do next? Now we have got it like 5x minus 41 by 2x minus 19 greater than or equal to 0. So what is next? So a fraction will be, we know that a fraction will be greater than 0 if both numerator and denominator are positive. then the ratio will be positive. Similarly, if both are negative, then also the ratio will be positive, right? So this is basically greater than or equal to 0 means it should be positive, right? So both should be positive, the numerator and denominator, or both should be negative. So we have to evaluate what value of x will satisfy this kind of condition. Both should be positive. அப்படின்னா என்ன பண்ணும் 5x minus 41 should be greater than or equal to 0. 2x minus 19 less than 0. Please note, I am not putting equal to here. So I am simply putting only 2x minus 19 less than 0. Because if 2x minus 19 is equal to 0, again this expression will not be defined. Denominator cannot be 0, Ilya. Then the expression cannot be defined. Therefore, so we should not put equality here. Whereas numerator, it's okay. Numerator can be 0. Okay. Now we have to find out the value of x for which these two conditions both should be satisfied. Okay, both should be satisfied. Okay. Numerator should be 0, more than numerator should be positive and denominator should be positive, both. I am waiting because some people are trying to join and it is asking me admit. It auto admit, even though I enabled it, it doesn't work. I don't know why. Varshini and Geeta, are you able to join? Have you joined, Geeta? Varshini? Whoever is in the call, can you still see my board?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Geeta can join the meeting. It means Geeta. Has Geeta, have you joined?
Yeah, now joined.
Okay, okay.
System started little late.
Okay, okay. Varshini, have you joined? Okay. I have given admit. I think it's some system issue. I hope she joins. Okay. Now, Geeta and others who joined later, this is the problem that we are working today. We started with this problem. Y equal to sine inverse of 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19 plus log of this expression. So find the domain of this function. That means for what value of x this function is defined. So first we take the first component, sine inverse of 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19. We know that sine inverse is defined only for minus 1 to plus 1. So that means this expression, whatever is inside sine inverse, should be between minus 1 and plus 1. So that is what I have written. Okay. And then I'm explaining how to go about solving this. Okay.
Yeah, inequalities.
Okay. So there are two parts to this. 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19 greater than or equal to minus 1 and less than or equal to plus 1. Okay. Now, inequalities, we cannot do cross multiplication because depending on the sign of what we are multiplying, whenever you multiply both sides, depending on the sign, the inequality changes from greater to less than and less than to greater than. So since we don't know whether whatever we are multiplying, whether it is positive or negative, we cannot do that cross multiplication like we do in normal equation. So here, the way we should go about is you should add +1, okay, on both sides. So then the equation becomes like this. So now this means, again, both the numerator and denominator should be greater than 0, or both should be less than or equal to 0. Okay. So the first case is both should be positive. So that is what I'm taking. Okay. That means 5x minus 41 should be greater than or equal to 0, and 2x minus 19 greater than 0. Sorry, I put minus, that is wrong. Because if the fraction has to be positive, both should be positive, and or both should be negative, like I was saying. Okay. So ரெண்டுமே satisfy ஆகணும் இல்லையா? Then this says 5x greater than or equal to 41, 2x less than greater than minus 19.
2x greater than plus 19.
The plus 19, sir.
Plus 90. Very good. Okay. So x should be greater than 41 by 5 and x should be greater than 19 by 2. So what value of x will satisfy both these conditions?
Greater than 8 implies definitely greater than 9 means greater than 8.
Right. Because this is 9.5. This is only 8.2. So greater than 9 implies greater than 8. But greater than 8 does not imply greater than 9. Adnala we have to take greater than 9.5. Okay? Appadam may satisfy. So that means x greater than 19 by 2. Here we are not putting the greater than or equal to. Okay? That basically this is x equal to this is the one part of it. Okay, both should be positive. Okay. அதே மாதிரி both negative எடுத்துப்போம். அதே இங்க போட்டுக்கலாம். So solve it in the same way. Okay. So here x should be less than or equal to 41 by 5 and x should be less than 19 by 2. So
The other way.
So x has to be less than the smaller one. That means x less than or equal to 41 by 5. Or the range here is 41 minus infinity, right? Okay. So these two, it can be this or this, right? Either both numerator and denominator positive or both negative. Adnala, it is either x can be this or s can be this. Both are solutions. That means x equal to, we'll put like this, minus infinity to 41 by 5 union. Okay. This is what we get. X for x. Okay. Okay. So all we have done is only solve 3x minus 22 divided by 2x minus 19 greater than or equal to minus 1. அதுதான் நம்ம பண்ணிருக்கோம் இது வரைக்கும். Okay. Similarly, we have to do the other side. What is the other one? 3x minus 22 by 2x minus 19 less than or equal to plus 1. So let us put that one. Okay. Can you all work on this on the same way? Please work on the other part. 3x minus 22. This one in by 2x minus 19. Finally, greater than or equal to minus 1 போட்டோம். இப்போ less than or equal to 1. So here we have to subtract 1. So in the same way, please continue to work on this and tell me what range you are getting. If anybody has done, please raise your hand and share what you have got.
Sir, x is equal to 1.
X is equal to 1. No, no. It should be a range. Normally, in inequalities, you get a range. The same way we did the previous equation, you should do this also. So you should not do cross multiplication and all. Okay. So this will be, you put 2x minus 19. I will write one more step now. 3x minus 22 minus 2x minus 19. Yeah.
So the last expression is x minus 3 by 2x minus 19 less than or equal to 0.
X minus 3 by 2x minus 19 less than or equal to 0. Now you see, this is less than or equal to 0. A fraction will be less than or equal to 0 or negative when one of the numerator or denominator is negative. Okay.
So one positive, one negative.
One positive, one negative. Then only the fraction will be negative. Right? So that is how you should do. Previously we did either both positive or both negative. Now either numerator positive and denominator negative, or the other way. Okay, numerator negative and denominator positive. But in both cases, please see that x minus 3 can take value of 0, but 2x minus 19 should not be 0. Same way like we did in the previous part. Please continue and tell me what range you are getting for x.
I am getting a range.
Tell me.
Closed bracket 3, 9.5, open brackets. 3, 9.5.
Okay.
Left to close, right open. For the first case.
Right.
Numerator positive, denominator negative.
Okay. What about anybody else? Has anybody else done this?
Sir, I got one range, sir.
So what did you get? Is this
So minus infinity to 3.
okay? You got minus infinity to 3.
19 by 2, comma infinity, sir.
19 by 2 comma infinity. No. Here it is 1 should be positive, 1 should be negative. Did you do like that, or did you do both should be positive and both should be negative? How did you do? Here the inequality is less than 0. Yeah, so that means it should be negative. Abdina, 1 should be positive. Numerator should be positive and denominator negative. Or numerator negative and denominator positive. Abdi irukano. X minus 3 greater than or equal to 0 and 2x minus 19 less than 0. Abdi irukkalam oru condition. But remember, 2x minus 19, I don't put equality because denominator should not be 0. Illati x minus 3 less than or equal to 0 and 2x minus 19 greater than 0. This is how you should put. So, this is x greater than or equal to 3. This 2x less than 19 by 2. 2x less than 19, x less than 19 by 2. So, x greater than or equal to 3 and less than 19 by 2. So, 19 by 2 is bigger than 3. And x is in this range. That is for one part. Okay. What about this part? X minus 3 less than or equal to 0, 2x minus 19 greater than 0. That means x less than or equal to 3, 2x greater than 19. X greater than 19 by 2.
Same numbers, reversed. 9.5 comma 3, left to open, right closed.
It's not possible. X cannot be simultaneously less than 3 and greater than 9. Right? It cannot be less than 3 and greater than 9 simultaneously. This is and. Both should be true here, right? Numerator should be negative and denominator should be positive. Both should be true. So, in the both cannot be true at all because x cannot be less than 3 and greater than 9. Okay, any number you take. So, this is no solution. So, that is why you get only this as the solution. So, like Geeta said, it is 3 comma 19 by 2. Correct, Geeta? This is what you got, right? 3 comma 19 by 2.
Yeah, but it is wrong. No, I said 9.5 comma 3. But it is wrong. Right? It should be greater than 9.5 and less than 3. It's impossible. So we should not write it.
This is what I am writing. This is what I am writing.
I made a mistake. The last step I made a mistake. Okay. In the second case.
So this is your second condition. Now we wrote one condition first. What is that? X is in this range. And now we are writing the second condition. So for these two conditions, is it and or and? Or and. One is greater than equal to minus 1. Second is less than or equal to 1. It is and. Both should be satisfied. Right? Both should be satisfied for this fraction to be between minus 1 and 1. So both equations 1 and 2 should be satisfied. So you write both and see which value of x satisfies both. Okay, intersection. So this is the range that you're going to get. So you can look at the number line and see, what is the intersection of both. Okay. So it is easy to put, 0 எல்லாமே பாசிட்டிவ்ல தான் இருக்கு. So here is 41/5. 8 is 19/2. So 3 is here. Okay. So this first condition tells it should be in this range up to 4.5 or 4.5 inclusive or 19/2. That's the first condition. The second condition tells that it is between 3 and 19/2. Now looking at both these ranges, where is the intersection?
3, 19/2.
Not 19/2. 3,
So 3, 41/5, sir.
Right. So valid value of x is 3, 41/5. And this is your solution. Okay, but you have still solved only one part. If for that sine inverse part, okay, to be valid, the domain of x is 3, 41/5.
But it takes too long to calculate the answer for one question.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because we are learning. I'm doing it very slowly. Okay, in examination, if you do like this, you cannot do it. Either you should do it very fast. Okay, some problems are longer. I agree. In JEE, some problems will take longer. Some problems in any exam for that matter. Okay, average it will take, say, suppose 1 or 2 minutes. Some problems may take 4 or 5 minutes. Other problems you can do it in less than a minute. Okay, this is one of the longer problems. I agree. Okay, takes more time. Okay, now let's look at the second part. What is the second part? So what is the domain of this function? Log to the base e 3x square minus 8x plus 5 by x square minus 3x minus 10. I'll write it here. It's about learning the methodology here. Okay, so that's why I'm doing it slowly. So you all know similar problem comes, how you will go about. Correct? Have I written it correctly? 3x square minus 8x plus 5 over x square minus 3x minus 10. Now, what is the valid values of this expression? And from that, you have to derive what is the valid values for x. So log is defined for what domain?
Positive.
Positive. Very good. Okay. Do you all agree, everybody? Positive, and it is not 0 also. Okay, log is not defined for 0 also. Okay, because log of 0 is minus infinity, so undefined. Okay, so log is defined only for positive quantities greater than 0. That means this expression greater than 0. Okay, it should be greater than 0. So now, how do you solve for x now? What is the range of x now?
Positive fraction. Fraction is positive, means either both should be positive or both should be negative.
Correct.
We
Correct.
can factorize numerator
Right.
separately, denominator separately.
Correct. You have to factorize the numerator and denominator. There, fortunately, this is an easy expression which you can factorize. You factorize and tell me.
I did it. Numerator x minus 1 times 3x minus 5.
Others can do it, factorize it, and factorization is a simple quadratic technique, right? So I don't
X
want to go
minus
into
5
that.
x minus 5 into x plus 2. Splitting the middle term method.
Okay. If you get an expression like this, so now numerator should be, both should be positive, both should be negative, and all that. So there is a simple way to do this. Okay. The way is, let's see. I will give you some time. So Geeta or anybody else. So what is the range of x? How will you determine this?
We can take critical points
Okay.
as you explained in the previous class. Shall we try using that?
Yeah. So okay, I will tell now. I'll explain it. Okay. So for this, the value of x is x equal to 1. For here, x equal to 5 by 3. Then x equal to 5. X equal to minus 2. Right? These are the 4 values of x that you are getting for each one when you equate to 0. Because we are trying to see each one whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0, right? So you put them all in a number line in the order. Okay? Zero கிடையாது நான் சும்மா போட்டேன் 2 minus 2 1 5 by 3 5. You put the 4 numbers like this. Okay. Now you are getting 5 ranges, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranges. Okay. Now the thing is, if you take this range here, all these 4 x minus 1, 3x minus 5, x minus 5, x minus 2, all are negative. In the minus 2 to infinity, minus infinity, in this range, all are negative. So that means negative into negative, negative into negative. So positive by positive, it is greater than 0. So it will be positive. Here it is, you put positive. Once you put the first one as positive, automatically, because only one sign changes here, right? So that means it will become negative. So out of the 4 terms, there are 3 will be negative, one will be positive. So here again 2 and 2. So that means this is plus. So you can put immediately, you can put like this. Plus minus plus minus plus. First one you have to calculate and see. Once you determine that this is plus, then after that it is just going to be alternating. If it is greater than 0 nu kuduthirkom appadina, wherever you have put plus, those are the ranges. Okay. What are those? Minus infinity to minus 2.
Minus 1 to 5 by 3. 5 to infinity, sir.
Yeah. Well, I put open bracket for all. You agree? That is because the inequality itself is greater than 0, not greater than or equal to 0. So therefore, equal to 0 is not at all permitted. So none of those values are allowed. Okay? Because log is not defined when any of them is 0. Okay? Therefore, all of them have to be, either greater than 0 or less than 0, but depending on the number of terms which are greater than or less than 0, like we discussed. Okay? So this is the range for which this expression is positive. Okay. Or x, domain of x for the second expression is this. So for the first expression, what was this? 3, 41 by 5. Modele we got x as this. Now we are getting x as this. Okay. Now for the domain domain இங்க கொஸ்டினை பாருங்க இப்போ. If the domain of the function sin inverse of this plus log of this, okay, so domain of both these expression அப்படின்னா x has to satisfy both, okay, so it is again now we have to take the intersection. What range of x will satisfy both these conditions? அப்பதா this will be defined, right? So you have to take the again put it on the number line and see what range of
Or
x
for
will
the
satisfy both
Intersection.
these. Put it on that number line and tell me the intersection of these two.
So 5, 41 by 5, sir.
Correct. Okay, because இதெல்லாம் irrelevant, infinity to -2 இதெல்லாம் இதுல வரவே இல்லை, right? So up to 5/3, even 5/3 is less than 3, அதனால so those are all irrelevant. So now we have to only take the intersection of 3, 41 by 5 and 5, infinity. Okay, so that means so it will be 5, 41 by 5. This is the value of x that satisfy both the conditions, and this is the domain for x. Okay, 5, 41 by 5.
நம்ம இந்த நம்பர் லைன்ல டிரா பண்ணும்போது இந்த யூனியன் இருக்கு இல்லையா,
ஆமா,
அந்த யூனியனை வந்து எப்படி இப்ப நம்ம இதுக்கு தனியா அதுக்கு தனியா போடுறோம், நடுவுல கேப் வருது.
ஆமா, the gap is not in the not valid for x. Those gaps cannot be assumed by x. So whatever or wherever you are drawing line, that is what is the இப்படி போடலாம். I'll show it to you. Okay. So here is -2 and here is 1,
5/3,
5/3,
3, 5,
3 இங்க இருக்கு.
3க்கு அப்புறம் 5.
5, sorry, இவ்வளவு இருக்கு. ஸோ மேலே உள்ளது ஒன்று ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இதுக்கு வந்து இது எல்லாமே -infinity to -2, அடுத்தது 1, 2, 3, அடுத்தது 5 to
3 to
3 to 41 by 5. Correct. Now you look at both, where it is satisfying both. Intersection எங்க இருக்கு? There's no intersection.
5 to 41.
Yeah, when you draw the line, it becomes very clear. 5 to 41 by 5. 5 is open bracket. 41 by 5 is closed bracket. Okay. Now, again, look at the problem. What they are telling is that if the domain is alpha, beta, so now we have determined alpha and beta. So alpha equal to 5, beta equal to 41 by 5. So then calculate 3 alpha plus 10 beta. So what are you getting? Yeah, is 97 is the right answer. Okay. I hope everybody followed this. Okay. It took a long time for us, but I wanted to make sure everybody follows. You know, and
Yeah, clearly understood.
it is better. You know, the important thing is you understand some techniques. Okay, so how you solve similar problems. Okay. Yes, Geeta, you were saying something.
Yeah, clearly understood.
Okay. What about the others? Did you
Yes,
all
sir.
understand? Okay. Let's go on to the next problem. Hopefully we can do it faster than I can. Let set S equal to set of integers from 1 to 8. And there are multiple quadratic equations in the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c belongs to S. Find the probability that such a randomly chosen quadratic equation have equal roots. It's about what is the condition for equal roots. So you have to pick up the numbers. In how many ways we can pick up the numbers? So they have
Discriminant equal to 0. B square equal to 4ac.
So here all you need to know is b square equal to 4ac and pick up numbers combination of 1, 2, 3 to 8 so that how many combinations you can take so that b square equal to 4ac. That's all. So it's you can list them actually. Easily you can list and find out. So please try that. You can. This is one thing that you can do very quickly. Okay, compared to the other problem, the previous problem you took long time. This will compensate.
Is it
You can list individually.
A, B, C should be different elements?
அப்படி கொடுக்கலையே.
அப்ப ஈக்குவலா கூட இருக்கலாம்.
இருக்கலாம். Because it says, simply says ax square plus bx plus c, a, b, c belongs to yes. That's all.
64 equal to 4ac. 4 into 4 into 4. 8 square equal to 4 into 4 into 4.
எப்படி போட்டுக்கலாம். Okay. So b வந்து let us say b we put 1. The condition is b square equal to 4ac. இல்லையா?
வராது.
1 போட்டா b square is 1. Okay. So 4ac போட்டுப்போம். So 4ac, this is 4ac. அப்படின்னா ac will be 1 by 4 னு வந்துரும். So b square is 4ac is 1. So ac is 1 by 4. So we cannot choose any values for a and c. So ac becomes 1 by 4. No, 0. அடுத்தது we can put 2 and c. So what are the possible combinations of AC to get 1?
A should be 1, C should be 1.
A should be 1, C should be 1. That's it. This is the only way. Okay. அடுத்தது அதே மாதிரி 3 it will easily come 9 by 4 னு வந்துரும். So it's not possible.
3 வருது. But you 1 போட்டு அந்த 2 போட்டுருக்கீங்க. அதே மாதிரி 6 க்கும் 8 க்கும் வருது.
அதான். அதே மாதிரி 4, 6, 8 மட்டும் போட்டா போறோம். Odd numbersக்கு வர போறது இல்ல because all odd numbers it's going to be square will be odd number divided by 4 will be a fraction. So this is not going to work out. So even மட்டும் நம்ம எழுதிக்கலாம் 4, 6, 8 இதுக்கு போட்டீங்கன்னா போதும். So b square if it is 4 it is 16. So AC is again 4AC by 4. So 4 க்கு என்னென்ன combinations possible? 1 4 2 2 4 1. Okay. ஓகே, அதே மாதிரி 6க்கு 6 ஸ்கொயர் by 4. So 9 வரணும்னா only 1 because nothing else will come. 3 is only. 8க்கு 4 4 அப்புறம் 2 8, right? So that's all. You can simply count it off. So there are 8 possible combinations that we can pick up to which satisfy this condition that quadratic equation have equal roots. But how many total combinations we can make? Actually, here it is permutation. Okay, how many you can make? Total. உங்களுக்கு இன்னும் காம்பினேஷன்ஸ் 11th ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு நடத்திருக்க மாட்டாங்க, பட் 12th ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு தெரியும் அது. ஓகே, ஸோ இட் இஸ் 8p3. You have to pick up 3 numbers, right? And each order is counted separately. So அதனால 8p3, which is, oh sorry, when repetition is allowed, right? I'm sorry. Repetition is allowed போது 8 cube னு வந்து. So the first A can take 8 values, any value from 1 to 8. B can again take 8 values, 1 to 8. C can also take 8 values. So when repetition is allowed, it is 8 cube.
This is for the denominator of the probability.
No. So the required probability will be 8 by 8 cube. One by 8 square. Okay, hopefully we did it much faster than the previous problem, right? Did you all follow? Anybody found it hard? Any question? Here you're just testing your understanding that for roots to be equal, b square should be equal to 4ac. அதே மாதிரி இன்னொரு ப்ராப்ளம். These all came in JEE. I'm not going to do it, okay? I'm just going to leave it to you to do. I will put it in the end of this material and send it to you. Look at problem number 6. Okay, multiple similar problem. Here they are given that ABC has real roots, find the probability such a randomly chosen quadratic equation have unequal roots. So what is the condition for unequal roots?
Discriminant greater than 0.
Yeah. Okay, so greater than 0 க்கு எவ்வளவு count பண்ணி, but your sample set is going to be only real root, having real roots. So b square greater than or equal to 4ac. So favorable வந்து greater than 4ac, excluding equal to. So you count how many permutations are there for real roots and how many permutations for real unequal roots. Okay? And that's that ratio you take. So some of you, 12 students may do it more easily because it involves probability and counting. Again, it is counting only. It's just that the quadratic concept is only whether for unequal roots what is the condition, real roots what is the condition, unequal roots what is the condition. So can you all try this at home?
Yeah.
Rajendran, Pandiselvi, ningala onnu sollaliye. Can you all try?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So if you are going to try it at home, I can take up a different problem now. Okay. Oh my God. I'll do the same thing again. Another problem. The function r to r is given by f of x equal to 2x square minus 3x plus 9 over 2x square plus 3x plus 4. Find the maximum and minimum value of this function. Adan kelvi. Okay, the maximum value is m, minimum value is n. Find out m plus n. So how do we find the maximum value of m and n? When this is again like here it is range. Okay, because we are trying to find the value of y. Okay, so what are the possible values that y can take? Fx equal to y in vechukondum. We can write it as y. இப்படி எழுதிக்கலாம். So how to determine the range of y now? Okay, any idea? The key here is it's a real to real function. Okay. Anybody?
Cross multiplication
Okay. After that,
and bringing everything to one side.
we did a similar problem. What is the domain of this function? அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இந்த functionsல we did a problem similar to this. Whether it is 1 to 1 to 1, how do we determine that? If this is the function, how do you determine whether it is 1 to 1 or on to? Same approach we can use here. Okay. The approach is இந்த மாதிரி இருந்ததுன்னா you try to write x in terms of y. Okay. Now you can see for any value of y, is there a unique value of x? And then for any value of y, is there a real value of x? Okay. So those are the two things we can find out by writing x equal to gy. Because y equal to fx, there we can see that if we put any value of x, there is going to be a real value for y we can get. So y to x to y is a clear mapping. But what about the other way? If you write x equal to g of y, okay, just write like that. So how do you write that? Now you have to write it as an expression in quadratic expression in x. And the Mari that. So 2y x square plus 3x plus 4 minus 2x square plus 3x minus 9.
3xy, 4y.
3yx, sorry ma'am. Okay. So that means, so now put the terms together. 2y minus 2 square
Bringing to the quadratic form.
Now we can get it like x equal to gy. Now x equal to, say, quadratic equation. What is the solution to quadratic equation? Quadratic formula?
B square minus B plus
minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4 AC. A. Correct? Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now you see x can take only these two values in terms of y. Okay, if you write like this, only two roots are there, right? So one of them is the maximum value of x and other is the minimum value of x. Okay. Now you try to right. So this is what tells us for what value of x, y, that x is not defined. So here if b square is less than 4ac, then we can find the condition, right? Is there some value of y for which this expression will become less than 4ac? Okay, so this will become negative. This whole thing here, b square minus 4ac. If this is going to become negative, then for that value of y, x is going to be imaginary. So x is not real. So if there is something like that, then there is some value of y for which x is undefined. Adnala we can say that it is not a onto function, because for every value of y there should be a corresponding x for a onto function. So if there is, we can check whether that is true or not. Similarly, whether for every value of y is there going to be only one value of x or multiple values of x. So for some value of y, you can see that because of the plus or minus, you are getting two values of x. Okay. So adnala, so this is not a one-to-one function also. 1 second. Now, here again, the condition given is it is R to R. So what is the condition for R to R? Condition for R to R is this, right? Okay. So if it has to be R to R function, greater than, whatever is in that 4ac should be greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So you get an expression in y which is greater than or equal to 0. By solving this, you can get what are the values of y. Okay. So try to get that. Because it is R to R mapping, this has to be greater than or equal to 0. Let's expand this.
R to R மட்டும் special rule.
It is imaginary irukkodadhu illaya. This has to be real illaya. It is R to R. This has to be real.
So square root expression positive.
Yeah. No, sorry. You can write like this: minus 4 into first let us multiply. So this I can write minus 26y. Okay, so minus 4 into minus 26 is plus 104, yeah. Minus 72. So 9y square minus 32. So y வந்து 18 and 104. 72 minus 9. So greater than or equal to 0. So this is the condition that y is condition for y. Okay, for the function to be R to R. That means y is 23y square.
63.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So if this is the condition for y, now it is inequality which you can solve. Okay. So if இதை வந்து நம்ம factorize பண்ணுவோம். Okay. So y equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac இல்லையா? Okay. So now you see that the y can take these two values, 122 plus this or 122 minus this whole divided by 46. So since y can take these two values, so one is the minimum value, other is the maximum value. The sum of these two values is what they are asking. One is m, another is n. So m plus n in this case will be this one. That's all. Okay. So we can simplify it. This is your answer, 122 by 20.
What about the expression inside the root?
Which expression?
The last square root of.
That's what you have taken, no? That is what you have taken. That should be greater than or equal to 0.
No. You please scroll down. What about this expression under root? 122.
I am adding no sum of the roots here.
So they will get cancelled. Positive and
get
negative.
cancelled, right? M equal to 122 plus root of that thing, right?
Okay.
N equal to 122 minus. So when you take m plus n, that gets cancelled. Okay, so this is just an approach that you can take, for finding maximum, minimum, as well as for determining what type of function. So this is a technique that you can, learn and apply. Okay. Let's do one more problem. Okay, I think you can do this problem. I'll just give some clue for this. And I'm going to let you do this problem as homework. Okay. Okay. The sum of roots of an expression is there. It's a quadratic and modular. Okay. X square minus 8x plus 15 mod minus 2x plus 7 equal to 0. So what is the sum of roots of this expression? There are 4 options. Forget about the options. So you have to just solve that equation. Mod of x square minus 8x plus 15 minus 2x plus 7 equal to 0. So how many can do this?
We'll try. I shall try.
Yeah. So you should try this. Okay. So you have learned the techniques how we can solve the problems involving mod. So here again it is a mod and quadratic. But I will you tell me the first step. After that we can let everybody try.
Factorize the expression inside modulus and take critical points and discuss case by case.
Right. Exactly. So what are the critical points?
I will try.
Say x minus 5, x minus 3, sir.
So 5 and 3
5.
are the critical points.
Correct. Okay. So for this expression, so what are the critical points and how do you define this function? So obviously the critical points are 3 and 5. Okay. So the thing is 3, 5. So it breaks it into 3 regions. Okay. So if you take this region, this expression is positive. So the function will be as it is. Okay. If you take this region, one is going to be positive, other is going to be negative. So the product is going to be negative. Okay. So since it is negative, we'll have to take negative function. So in this range, again, both positive. So
we have to consider 3 cases.
There will be 3 cases.
3.
In a simple problem that we did, there were 2 cases. Here there are going to be 3 cases.
3 cases, definition of modulus will be different.
Yeah, because there are 2. Correct.
So how to find sum of the roots? Separate answer for each case.
No. You have to find out all the roots. You should not find sum of the roots for each case. Okay. You have to find out roots in each region. Okay. And you may get in this case you may get up to 6 roots, right? Because in each zone you can get two roots, right? So, but not all of them will be valid. So in reality, you may end up with 0 roots or 1 root or up to 6 roots.
So what are
you have to see how many
roots
roots you are getting, and
so
then sum of those roots. Sum of those.
Understood. Yeah. We will finish and submit as a homework.
Correct. Now, can you do this, everybody? And I see that Geeta can do it, but what about the rest? Pandiselvi, Rajendran. So you think you can do this as homework?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you understood, right, what we are trying to say? In the so in each range you have to take the x less than 3. I didn't put it, no? So now instead of mod x, it is going to become this x square minus x 8x plus 15. Okay. So now you should solve this equation. Okay. And if whatever values we are getting in this range, x less than 3, okay, that is what you should take. If the solutions are falling in the required range, you can take. If it is not falling, whatever is not falling, that you should ignore. Okay. Similarly, next range. In this range, the function changes to like this. Or you can actually do like this. 3 ranges na kuda, x less than 3 and x greater than 5. You solve this equation and take whatever range of values that you are getting for x less than 3 and greater than 5. Those both you can take. Okay. Actually, yeah. Or this. Whenever x is less than 3 or x is greater than 5, this is the expression. Whenever x is between 3 and 5, the expression is going to become like this. Okay. So you solve this, you are going to get two values. Whichever is falling in the assumed range, you take that. Similarly, the other one. Okay. And so see how many values, roots you are getting. Now you can see you can get maximum of 4 roots. Okay. So how many are valid roots? And then take the sum of the roots. Now can you all do this? Pondiselvi, Rajendran?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I'll send these 2 questions. I'm going to send the materials, whatever problems we did today, and add these questions also and send it to you. So please come with this. Hopefully, these are the type of problems that we see in algebra. So with that, we can close algebra. I thought if there is some time, I can do some trigonometry problems and then give some homework, but it's okay. It's okay. But today, hopefully, you have learned some new things in algebra. So please work out these problems. Okay. Whenever you do these problems, if you find it difficult, don't hesitate. Go read the book. Okay, where these kind of examples are there and these kind of concepts are described. And look at what we discussed. Solve the problems. So that way you can at least understand certain things. Certain type of problems. This you can definitely